The restaurant door swings open and half the room goes quiet. Not because of who walks in, because of who's already sitting there, waiting. Arias Valoro doesn't move. Black shirt stretched tight across his shoulders, tattoos crawling up his forearms like warnings written in ink. His jaw is locked, eyes fixed on two guys near the entrance wearing matching varsity jackets, phones already out, aimed at the door like weapons. Rain streaks the floor-to-ceiling windows behind him. Silverware clinks somewhere in the back. A waiter clears his throat, but doesn't approach. The woman who just stepped inside doesn't see any of it yet. Her name is Raina Corbin, and she's holding her breath like she's been holding it her whole life. She's wearing a beige dress that hugs her curves, hair soft around her face, fingers gripping the strap of her brown purse so tight her knuckles have gone pale. Her eyes scan the tables, searching for something or someone that makes sense. Hi viewers, kindly tell us where you're watching from and what time it is. The twins near the door lean into each other, whispering. One of them snickers. The other adjusts his phone angle. Arias sees it all. The setup, the cruelty, the way Raina's shoulders pull inward like she's trying to take up less space in a world that already told her she takes up too much. She takes 3 steps forward, hesitant, and that's when her eyes land on him. Confusion flickers across her face. Then embarrassment, then something worse. Hope trying to survive in a place where it doesn't belong. Arias doesn't smile, doesn't frown, just nods once, slow and deliberate, like he's giving her permission to keep breathing. Raina walks toward his table, each step heavier than the last. She stops a few feet away, voice barely above a whisper. Hi, I'm Raina. I think we're supposed to be meeting. Before Arias can answer, one of the twins near the door snorts loud enough for 3 tables to hear. Look at his face. He's horrified. A woman in pearls glances over. An older man in a suit lowers his menu. The waiter freezes mid-pour. Raina's breath catches. Her eyes drop to the floor like she's already apologizing for existing. And that's when something shifts in Arias. Not his expression, not his posture. Something deeper, something dangerous. He pushes his chair back. Slow, controlled. The kind of movement that doesn't rush because it doesn't have to. The restaurant holds its breath. The twins stop smirking. Have you ever been set up to fail in front of everyone? Drop a comment below. Raina's hands are shaking now. She doesn't look up, doesn't meet Arias's eyes, just keeps staring at the white tablecloth like it might open up and swallow her whole. I'm sorry, she whispers. I didn't know this was. Arias raises one hand. Not aggressive. Just enough to stop her from finishing that sentence. Don't, he says. His voice is low, steady, the kind that carries without shouting. Don't apologize. She blinks fast, confused, and finally looks at him. Really looks at him. The tattoos, the hard edges, the way he's standing like he's about to go to war over something she doesn't understand yet. Behind her, the twins are still filming. One of them mutters something to the other. Both of them grin like they just want a prize. Arias knows exactly what this is. A setup, a prank, a viral moment designed to humiliate someone who didn't deserve it. He'd gotten a message this morning from a contact who owed him a favor. Short, simple. Hawthorne twins targeting a woman named Raina. Interfere quietly. But standing here now, watching her try to shrink into nothing, quiet doesn't feel like enough. The twins don't know who he is. Not really. They saw him once at a club, decided he looked like good content, and built their little trap around him without asking questions. Big mistake. Arias doesn't do interviews, doesn't post online, doesn't need to. The people who matter already know his name, and the people who don't are better off staying ignorant. But these two, they were about to get an education. Raina shifts her weight, purse strap digging in her shoulder. I should go, she says quietly. This was a mistake. One of the twins raises his phone higher. Yeah, this is gold, he whispers to his brother. Arias takes one step toward them. Just one. The restaurant manager, a thin man in a pressed vest, glances over from the host stand. His eyes widen. He recognizes Arias. Everyone in Northcrest City who runs a business recognizes Arias. The manager doesn't move, doesn't interfere, just watches and waits. Reina starts to turn toward the door, shoulders hunched, eyes wet, but not crying yet. And that's when Arya speaks again. Stop. She freezes. You're not leaving. What would you do if someone stood up for you like this? Let us know. Reina turns back slowly, like she's waiting for the punchline, for the moment where this all gets worse. But Arius isn't looking at her anymore. He's looking at the twins. They're still holding their phones, still grinning, but something in their expressions starts to crack. The confidence, the arrogance, it flickers like a candle in wind. Arius doesn't raise his voice, doesn't move fast, just takes another step forward, hands loose at his sides, tattoos catching the afternoon light coming through the windows. Put the phones down, he says. It's not a request. One of the twins laughs nervously. Dude, relax. It's just a prank. We're content creators. Put them down. The second twin's grin fades. He lowers his phone halfway, glances at his brother, then back at Arius. The restaurant is completely silent now. No silverware. No conversation. Even the kitchen noise seems to have stopped. Reina stands frozen between them, hands still clutching her purse, eyes darting between Arius and the twins like she's trying to solve a puzzle with missing pieces. Arius shifts his weight slightly, angling his body so he's standing between her and the cameras. Protective, deliberate. Do you know who I am? He asks the twins. They don't answer. Good, Arius says. That means you're about to learn something. One of the twins tries to recover. Look, man, we didn't mean anything by it. We just thought. You thought you could humiliate someone weaker than you and call it entertainment. The words land like stones. The twins' mouth opens, closes, opens again. Nothing comes out. Arius takes another step. Now he's close enough that they have to tilt their heads back to look at him. You picked the wrong woman, he says, and the wrong night. Reina's breath hitches behind him. She's not crying anymore. She's staring at Arius like she's seeing something she didn't know existed. The manager finally moves, stepping out from behind the host stand, hands raised in a calming gesture. Gentlemen, perhaps we should. Arius doesn't look at him. Call your boss. Tell him the Valoro family requests these two be removed. The manager goes pale, nods once, disappears into the back. The twins exchange a glance. One of them whispers, Valoro. The other one's face drains of color. Arius turns back to Reina. His expression softens just enough. You walked in here thinking you weren't enough. That ends today. Her eyes go wide. Her lips part, but no sound comes out. And then Arius says the words that will change everything. No one mocks a woman for the way she looks and walks away clean. Not here. Not tonight. Do you think Arius will stop there? Or is this just the beginning? Como olvido? The twins try to speak at the same time, voices tripping over each other. Both of them suddenly desperate to explain, to justify, to backtrack. But Arius doesn't let them finish. He turns fully toward them now, shoulders squared, hands still relaxed, but the energy around him sharp as broken glass. You set this up, he says. Voice calm. Too calm. You found her. Told her she was meeting someone who might actually see her. Made her believe tonight could be different. Reina's hand flies to her mouth. She didn't know. Didn't realize the invitation was fake, that this singles event for local business owners was a lie designed to put her in front of the camera at her most vulnerable. One of the twins stammers, we didn't think. No, you didn't think. Arius's voice drops lower, colder. You thought she was an easy target. Thought no one would care. Thought you could film her pain and make money off it. The second twin tries a different angle, voice shaking now. Look, we'll delete the footage. We won't post anything. Just let us leave. Arius tilts his head slightly. You think that's how this works? You think an apology fixes what you try to do? Reina steps forward, voice small but steady. Why are you defending me? Arius glances at her over his shoulder. For a moment, the hardness in his face cracks just enough to show something underneath. Something human. Because they thought you were alone, he says. And they were wrong. The words hit her like a punch to the chest. Her eyes fill again, but this time it's not shame. It's something else. Something she hasn't felt in years. Someone believing she mattered. Arius turns back to the twins. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to hand your phones to the manager. You're going to leave this restaurant, and you're never going to say her name again. One of them opens his mouth to argue. Arias cuts him off. If you film her, if you mention her, if you even think about her in your next video, your family is going to have a very bad month. The threat hangs in the air, quiet and absolute. The twins' hands are shaking now. You can't. I can. Arias's tone doesn't change. Doesn't need to. Your father owns Hawthorne Automotive. 3 locations. All of them financed through Crestline Capital. My family owns Crestline Capital. The second twin goes pale. You're bluffing. Arias doesn't blink. Try me. The manager returns, 2 security staff behind him, both of them built like walls. Gentlemen, the manager says quietly, I'm going to need you to come with us. The twins don't move at first. Just stand there, phone still in their hands, realization sinking in like water into sand. Then one of them mutters something under his breath and starts toward the door. The other follows, glancing back once at Arias like he's memorizing his face. The security staff escort them out. The door swings shut. The restaurant slowly starts breathing again. Arias turns back to Reina. She's still standing there, trembling, eyes locked on him like he's something out of a dream she's not sure she's allowed to have. You're not a joke, he says softly. You're not a trap. And if you still want to have dinner, I'd be honored to sit with you. Her breath breaks. A sob catches in her throat, and she presses her hand to her mouth again, tears streaming now, but not from pain. From relief. From being seen. If someone stood up for you like this, what would you say? Drop your answer in the comments. Reina sits down slowly, like the chair might disappear if she moves too fast. Arias takes his seat across from her, movements careful, deliberate, giving her space to process what just happened. She wipes her eyes with the back of her hand, smudging a little mascara, then laughs. A short, shaky sound that doesn't quite know if it's relief or disbelief. I don't understand, she says quietly. Why did you do that? Arias leans back in his chair, arms crossed loosely over his chest. Because no one else was going to. She stares at him, searching his face for some hidden angle, some reason this doesn't make sense. You don't even know me. I know enough. You know I'm... She stops herself, bites her lip, looks down at her hands. You know what they were making fun of. I know they were cruel, Arias says. And I know you didn't deserve it. Reina swallows hard, fingers twisting the edge of her napkin. People like me, we're used to it. The comments, the looks, the jokes. Her voice cracks just a little. I thought tonight might be different, that maybe someone actually wanted to meet me. Arias's jaw tightens. Not at her. At every person who ever made her believe she wasn't worth meeting. They lied to you, he says. But I'm not them. She looks up at him, eyes still wet. And for the first time since she walked in, she lets herself really see him. The tattoos, the sharp edges, the way he sits like he's always expecting trouble but doesn't fear it. Who are you? She asks. Before he can answer, the manager approaches the table, hands folded, expression carefully neutral. Mr. Valoro, he says quietly. The Hawthorne father is outside. He's asking to speak with you. Reina's eyes go wide. The father? Arias doesn't look surprised, doesn't look concerned, just nods once at the manager. Tell him I'll be out in 5 minutes. The manager bows slightly and retreats. Reina leans forward, voice urgent now. What does that mean? Are you in trouble? Arias almost smiles. Almost. No, they are. She shakes her head, confused, overwhelmed. I don't understand any of this. I came here for a blind date, and now there's... She gestures vaguely at the door. Fathers and security and... You came here because someone saw you as an opportunity. Arias interrupts gently. But you're not an opportunity. You're a person, and people don't get to treat you like anything less. Her breath catches. She stares at him, lips parted, like she's trying to figure out if he's real. Outside, through the windows, a black car pulls up. A man in an expensive suit steps out, face tight with anger, phone pressed to his ear. Arias stands slowly, buttoning the single button on his shirt cuff. Stay here, he tells Reina. Order whatever you want. This won't take long. Wait, she reaches out like she might grab his arm. then pulls back. What are you going to do? Arias looks down at her, and for the first time all night, his expression softens completely. Make sure they never forget your name. He walks toward the door, every step measured, controlled, the kind of walk that doesn't rush because it knows the ending is already decided. Reina watches him go, heart pounding, hands shaking, mind racing with 1,000 questions she doesn't know how to ask. And outside, the Hawthorne father sees Arias coming and his face goes pale. The food arrives while Arias is still outside. Reina stares at the plate in front of her. Seared salmon, roasted vegetables, garnish she doesn't recognize. And realizes she didn't order it. The waiter must have brought it anyway. Maybe Arias told him to. Maybe the restaurant just decided she deserves something after what happened. She picks up her fork, then sets it back down. Her hands won't stop shaking. Through the window, she can see Arias standing near the black car, arms crossed, face unreadable. The man in the expensive suit is talking fast, gesturing with his hands, but Arias doesn't move, doesn't interrupt. Just listens like he's got all the time in the world. Then Arias says something. One sentence, maybe two. The man's face goes from red to white in seconds. Reina's heart pounds. She doesn't know what's happening out there, but she knows it's because of her. Because two spoiled kids thought she'd be easy to break. The door opens. Arias walks back in, expression calm, movements unhurried. He sits down across from her like nothing happened. Is everything okay? She asks, voice barely steady. It's handled. What does that mean? Arias picks up his water glass, takes a slow sip. It means their father understands consequences now. Reina leans forward, searching his face. You didn't hurt anyone, did you? No. He sets the glass down carefully. I don't need to. She doesn't understand. Doesn't know how someone can walk outside, have a conversation, and come back looking like they just solved a problem most people would need lawyers and police for. Who are you? She asks again, this time with more weight. Arias studies her for a moment, like he's deciding how much truth she can handle. My family handles problems in this city. Real estate, security, debts people don't want to talk about. He pauses. I'm the one they call when those problems get complicated. Reina's eyes widen. You or your mafia? That word makes it sound like something it's not. He shakes his head slightly. We're not criminals. We're mediators. We make sure the powerful don't step on the powerless without consequence. She sits back, trying to process that. And tonight, this was me doing what I always do. Standing between someone strong and someone who couldn't fight back. Her throat tightens. I'm not powerless. I know, Arias says quietly. That's why I'm still sitting here. The words hit her like oxygen after drowning. She looks down at her plate, blinking fast, trying not to cry again. Why did you even show up tonight? She asks. If you knew it was a setup, why come at all? Arias leans back in his chair, eyes steady on hers. Because you were in danger. And I don't ignore that. She laughs, short, broken, disbelieving. Danger? They were just going to film me. Embarrass me. It's not like they were going to. They were going to destroy you. Arias interrupts, voice firm but not harsh. Not with fists, with shame, with a video that would follow you forever. That's still violence, Reina, just a different kind. Her name sounds different when he says it, like it matters. She picks up her fork again, this time managing to take a bite. The food is good, better than good. She didn't think she'd be able to eat, but somehow, sitting across from him, she feels safer than she has in years. I work at a bakery, she says suddenly. 6 a.m. shifts. I smell like flour most days. I'm nobody special. You showed up tonight, Arias says. Knowing you might get hurt. That takes courage most people don't have. She meets his eyes. You sound like you know a lot about getting hurt. His jaw tightens just slightly. I know what it looks like when people use power to crush someone smaller. I've spent most of my life making sure that doesn't happen. And when it does happen, then I step in. Reina sets her fork down, staring at him like she's trying to solve a puzzle with pieces that don't fit. You're not what I expected. What did you expect? I don't know. Someone colder, meaner. She hesitates. Scarier. Arias almost smiles. Almost. People think I'm cold because I don't waste words. They think I'm mean because I don't tolerate cruelty. And they think I'm scary because they know I keep my promises. What promise did you make tonight? He looks at her for a long moment. That no one would hurt you again. Not while I'm here. Her breath catches. She wants to ask what that means. If it's just for tonight. If he'll disappear after this, and she'll go back to being invisible. But before she can speak, Arias leans forward slightly. So what does this make us? She asks, voice barely above a whisper. Arias's eyes don't leave hers. Something the twins will regret for a very long time. If someone protected you like this, would you trust them? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like this video if you're rooting for Reina. Reina finishes her meal slowly, savoring each bite like it might be the last time she eats something this good. Arias doesn't rush her, doesn't check his phone, doesn't look around the room, just sits there, present, like she's the only thing worth paying attention to. It's unsettling, in the best way. Can I ask you something? She says, setting her napkin on the table. Go ahead. Why do you care? Really? You don't know me. You could have just let them film me and walked away. No one would have blamed you. Arias's expression shifts, just barely, but enough for her to see something underneath. Something raw. My sister, he says quietly. She was bullied in high school. Every day, for 2 years. Kids would film her eating lunch alone, post it online, laugh about it in the comments. Reina's chest tightens. What happened? She stopped eating, stopped going to school, stopped leaving her room. His voice is steady, but there's an edge to it now. By the time I found out, she'd already tried to. He stops himself, jaw working. She survived, but she never recovered. Not really. Reina's hand moves across the table without thinking, stopping just short of his. I'm so sorry. I was away. Arias continues. Military. Thought she was safe. Thought our family's name would protect her. He shakes his head slowly. But names don't protect you from cruelty. Only people do. Is she okay now? She's alive. That's the best I can say. He looks at Reina, really looks at her. I swore I'd never let it happen again. Not to anyone. Not if I could stop it. Reina's eyes fill again. Not from sadness this time. From understanding. From realizing this wasn't about her being special. It was about him refusing to let the world stay cruel when he had the power to change it. You're not cold, she says softly. You're just tired of cruelty. Arias doesn't respond. Doesn't need to. The waiter brings dessert. 2 slices of chocolate cake, neither of them ordered. Reina laughs, wiping her eyes. Does everyone just give you things? They give the Valoro name things. Arias corrects. I'm just the one who carries it. She takes a bite of cake. It's rich, decadent, melts on her tongue. This is the best night I've had in years. Even after almost being humiliated on camera, especially after that. She smiles small, tentative but real, because someone finally stood up for me. Arias sets his fork down, leaning forward slightly. You deserve more than one night, Reina. You deserve people who see you, not what they think you should be. Her breath hitches. I don't know if that exists for people like me. It does now. The words hang between them, heavy with meaning she's afraid to unpack. So what happens next? She asks. Do you just disappear? Go back to your life and I go back to mine? Arias tilts his head slightly, considering. That depends. On what? On whether you want to see me again. Reina's heart stutters. You're serious? I don't say things I don't mean. She stares at him, searching for the catch, the hidden agenda, the moment where this all falls apart. But all she sees is honesty, raw and unfiltered. Why would you want to see me again? She whispers. Because you walked into a trap tonight and still try to be kind. Because you didn't lash out at those twins, even though you had every right to. Because you're stronger than you think you are. He pauses. And because I'd like to know the person behind that strength. Reina's hand trembles as she picks up her water glass. I don't know what to say. Say yes. Or say no. Either way, I'll respect it. She looks at him for a long moment. At the tattoos. The hard edges. The way he sits like he's ready to defend her against the entire world. What if I say yes and you realize I'm not worth it? Then I'd be wrong. Arias says simply. But I'm not. A phone rings somewhere near the entrance. The manager answers it, listens for a moment, then glances toward Arias's table. His face goes tight. Professional. Worried, he walks over slowly, hands folded in front of him. Mr. Valoro, I apologize for the interruption, but he hesitates. The Hawthorne father is outside again. He says it's urgent. Reina's eyes go wide. Again, Arias doesn't look surprised, doesn't look anything, just nods once at the manager. How long has he been out there? 10 minutes, sir. He's insisting. Let him insist. Arias picks up his coffee cup, takes a slow sip. He can wait another 5. The manager nods quickly and retreats. Reina leans forward, voice urgent. What does he want now? To negotiate. Arias sets his cup down carefully. He thinks money or influence will fix what his sons did. And will it? No. She swallows hard. What did you say to him earlier? Arias looks at her, expression unreadable. I told him his sons were banned from this restaurant, that their content channel would be flagged for harassment, and that if they ever mentioned your name again, I'd make sure every business loan his family has gets called in early. Reina's breath stops. You could do that. My family can. And we will. She shakes her head, overwhelmed. This is too much. I didn't ask for her. You didn't have to ask. Arias's voice is firm, but not harsh. You didn't deserve what they tried to do. And people who hurt others for profit don't get to walk away clean. Outside, through the window, she can see the man pacing near his car. He's on his phone again, gesturing angrily, face red under the streetlights. He looks desperate. Reina says quietly, he should be. A waiter approaches with a small tray. 2 espressos, neither of them ordered. He sets them down without a word and disappears. Reina wraps her hands around the warm cup. I feel like I'm in a movie. Like none of this is real. It's real, Arias says. And so are the consequences. She looks at him, really looks at him, and sees something she didn't expect. Not anger, not cruelty, just resolve. The kind that doesn't bend. You're going to ruin them, aren't you? No, I'm going to teach them. What's the difference? Arias leans back in his chair. Ruin is permanent. Teaching leaves room for change. Whether they learn or not is up to them. Reina takes a sip of espresso. It's strong, bitter, exactly what she needs to ground herself. And what about me? What do I do after tonight? You go back to your life, Arias says simply, but you go back knowing someone saw what happened and made sure it didn't go unpunished. That's it, unless you want it to be more. Her heart pounds. What does more look like? Before he can answer, the manager returns, this time with an employee trailing behind him. The employee looks nervous, eyes darting between Arias and the door. Sir, the employee says quietly, the father is asking to speak with you directly. He says the kid swallows hard. He says he's willing to negotiate. Arias stands slowly, buttoning his cuff again. Tell him I'll be out in a moment. The employee nods and practically runs back to the entrance. Reina stands too, panic rising. What are you going to do? Arias looks down at her, and for the first time all night, he smiles. Just slightly, just enough. I'm going to make sure they never forget who they try to hurt. What do you think Arias will say to the father? Comment your predictions below. The night air is cold when Arias steps outside. The Hawthorne father is standing next to his car, arms crossed, jaw tight. He's older than Arias expected, mid-50s, graying at the temples, lines around his eyes from too many years of pretending wealth equals power. He straightens when he sees Arias, trying to reclaim some authority. Mr. Valoro, thank you for coming out. I think there's been a misunderstanding. There hasn't. The father blinks, thrown off. I'm sure my sons didn't mean any harm. They're young, stupid, but they're not malicious. They filmed a woman without her consent, Arias says flatly. Designed an entire event to humiliate her. Posted content like that before. That's not stupidity. That's cruelty. The father shifts his weight. I understand you're upset, but surely we can come to an arrangement. I'm willing to compensate the young woman for her trouble. She's not for sale. The words land like a slap. The father's face reddens. I'm not trying to buy her off. I'm trying to make this right. Then teach your sons that people aren't content. That pain isn't entertainment. That the world doesn't owe them views just because they have cameras. The father runs a hand through his hair, frustration breaking through. What do you want from me? Arias steps closer. Not threatening, just present. I want you to understand that your sons targeted someone they thought was weak, someone they assumed had no one to defend her. And I want you to know that assumption cost you. Cost me what? Your reputation. Arias's voice doesn't rise. Doesn't need to. By tomorrow morning, every business owner in Northcrest will know what your sons try to do. Some will care, some won't. But enough will that your next deal, your next loan, your next handshake will come with questions you don't want to answer. The father's face goes pale. You can't. I already did. There's a long silence. The father stares at Arias like he's trying to find an angle, a way out, something to bargain with. He won't find one. What do you want? The father asks again, quieter this time, almost pleading. Arias doesn't hesitate. Respect, starting with her. The father swallows hard. And if I make sure they apologize? Publicly, too late for apologies. But if they stay silent, stay away from her, and never post content like that again, then maybe your business survives the next quarter. The father opens his mouth, closes it, nods slowly. Good, Arias says. Now leave, and tell your sons if I see them near her again, there won't be another conversation. The father doesn't argue, doesn't try to save face. Just gets in his car and drives away, taillights disappearing into the night. Arias stands there for a moment, breathing slowly, letting the tension drain from his shoulders. Then he turns and walks back inside. Reina is standing near the table, purse clutched in both hands, eyes wide. What happened? It's done. Done how? They won't bother you again. And if they do, they'll lose more than a night out. She stares at him, lips parted, trying to process everything. You just destroyed them, didn't you? No, Arias says calmly. I gave them a choice. What they do with it is up to them. Reina shakes her head slowly, disbelief and all mixing on her face. I don't know whether to thank you or be terrified of you. You don't have to be either. She laughs, short, shaky, overwhelmed. You're not like anyone I've ever met. Good, Arias says, and this time he smiles. For real, do you think the twins will stay away? Let us know what you think. The restaurant is quieter now. Most of the other diners have left. The staff is cleaning tables, dimming lights, getting ready to close. Reina and Arias stand near the door, neither of them quite ready to leave. I should go, Reina says, but she doesn't move. I'll walk you to your car. I took the bus. Arias doesn't hesitate. Then I'll drive you home. She looks at him surprised. You don't have to. I know. They walk outside together. The street is quiet, lit by soft orange streetlights. Rain has stopped, leaving the pavement slick and reflective. Arias leads her to a black car parked near the corner. Not flashy, not expensive looking, just clean and well-maintained. He opens the passenger door for her. She slides in, still processing everything. The drive is quiet at first, comfortable, the kind of silence that doesn't need filling. Then Reina speaks. Why did you really do all this? Arias keeps his eyes on the road. I told you, I don't tolerate cruelty, but there's more to it, isn't there? He glances at her briefly, then back at the road. Maybe. What is it? I think. He pauses, choosing his words carefully. I think the world has enough people who look away. I don't want to be one of them. Reina's throat tightens. You're a good person, Arias. I'm not, he says quietly, but I try to be better than I was. They pull up outside a small apartment building. Modest, older. The kind of place where people work hard and hope for better. Reina unbuckles her seatbelt, but doesn't get out yet. What happens now? Arias turns to face her. That depends on you. On me. If you'd ever like to see me again, it won't be a prank. It won't be a setup. It'll be a choice. Her heart pounds. And if I say yes, then we see where it goes. She looks at him for a long moment. At the tattoos, the hard edges, the way he's sitting like he's ready to wait as long as she needs. I think. She swallows hard. I think I'd like that. Arias's expression softens. Just slightly. Just enough. Good. Because this is only the beginning. Reina smiles. Real, genuine, the kind of smile that comes from hope instead of fear. Then I guess I'll see you again. You will. She opens the door, steps out, then pauses and looks back at him. Thank you. For everything. You don't have to thank me. I know, but I'm going anyway. She closes the door and walks toward her building. Halfway there, she glances back. Arias is still watching, making sure she gets inside safe. She waves. He nods. And for the first time in years, Raina Corbin walks into her home believing that maybe, just maybe, the world has people in it worth knowing. What do you think happens next for Raina and Arias? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if this story moved you, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another story that inspires. Share your thoughts and inspire others. Because stories like this remind us that sometimes the right person shows up at exactly the right time.